Have you ever felt like you're playing a different game than everyone else? Like there's a secret language spoken by the world, and you're fluent in a dialect few others even recognize. You walk into a room and immediately pick up on the subtle shifts in energy, the unspoken tensions, the fleeting expressions that betray deeper truths. You see patterns where others see chaos, and you feel connections where others feel indifference. Here's the thing nobody talks about. This isn't just an anecdotal observation. It's a fundamental difference in how certain minds are wired to perceive, process, and interact with reality. For you, the world isn't just a collection of events. It's a complex tapestry of underlying motives, hidden narratives, and profound meanings waiting to be uncovered. You delve into the layers beneath the surface, constantly searching for the why behind everything. You don't just experience life. You analyze it, dissect it, and integrate it into a continually evolving internal framework. The vast majority of people navigate life by reacting to its superficial demands, accepting things at face value. But for people like you, that surface-level existence feels incomplete, almost disingenuous. You crave depth, authenticity, and a connection to something larger than the immediate moment. The nagging feeling that you're an observer in a world full of participants isn't a flaw. It's a feature of a uniquely attuned mind. What you're about to understand today completely changes how you see your own internal world and your place in it, transforming what might feel like a burden into a profound strength. Now, let's be clear about something important up front. This doesn't mean you're strange. This doesn't mean something is wrong with you. And it certainly doesn't mean you're inherently superior or inferior to anyone else. Forget those simplistic labels and the societal pressure to conform. What we're exploring today is not about judgment. It's about understanding the spectrum of human experience. For too long, society has often championed one specific mode of interaction: the outgoing, the externally validated, the perpetually busy. If you don't fit neatly into that mold, if you find solace in introspection, if your energy is drained by constant external stimulation, you might have been led to believe you're an outlier, that you need to fix something about yourself. But this is where it gets interesting. There are genuine, neurologically distinct differences in how human brains are configured, impacting everything from sensory processing to emotional regulation, social cognition, and even the very architecture of our self-identity. These aren't minor variations. They are foundational psychological operating systems that shape how we experience the world, what we prioritize, and where we find meaning. To acknowledge these differences isn't to create division, but to foster radical self-acceptance and a deeper appreciation for the diverse ways human consciousness unfolds. And neuroscience explains why these differences are so profound. Take, for instance, the concept of sensory processing sensitivity, often discussed in relation to highly sensitive persons. But it's a spectrum, not a binary. For many people like you, the brain processes information with greater depth and nuance. This isn't just about being bothered by loud noises. It's about detecting subtle cues in social interactions, noticing intricate details in your environment, and engaging in more extensive cognitive processing of every piece of data your senses absorb. While the average brain might filter out vast amounts of input, your brain often acts like a high-definition recorder, capturing a richer, more complex stream of information. This deeper processing extends beyond the sensory. It influences how you reflect on experiences, how you anticipate consequences, and how you construct your internal models of the world. Research in neuroimaging has shown differences in brain regions associated with empathy, awareness, and planning in individuals who self-identify with these traits. Their insula, a part of the brain crucial for introspection and subjective emotional experience, often shows higher activation. This means a more vivid, internal experience of emotions and sensations. It's not just feeling more, it's processing more. This profound depth of experience, this ability to perceive the unsaid and feel the unseen, is a cornerstone of this channel's exploration into human psychology. If you find yourself nodding along, recognizing these patterns in your own life, then you're likely among those who thrive on understanding these deeper currents. Consider joining our community of introspective thinkers. We dive into these intricate layers of the human mind every week, offering insights that resonate with the way people like you truly experience the world. It's a space for those who feel different, to understand why and to find strength in that difference. This leads us to a fascinating, often hidden neurological mechanism, the default mode network, DMN, and its role in self-referential thought and introspection. While most people engage their DMN during periods of rest or mind wandering, for individuals with a more introspective bent, this network might be more active, more readily engaged, and more intricately connected to other brain regions. This means your brain might naturally gravitate towards internal reflection, meaning-making, and future planning, even when tasks don't explicitly require it. Your brain isn't just sitting idle, it's actively constructing narratives, simulating scenarios, and exploring hypotheticals. This constant internal dialogue, while incredibly rich, can sometimes feel overwhelming. It's a dopamine reward system geared not towards external achievement or superficial praise, but towards the satisfaction of internal coherence, the thrill of a new insight, the profound calm that comes from understanding. Your brain gets a hit of dopamine not from being the loudest voice in the room, but from being the quietest observer who connects all the dots. This sounds contradictory, but the very act of deep thought, of unraveling a complex idea, can be its own potent reward. This mechanism subtly reinforces certain behaviors, like withdrawal into thought, extended periods of contemplation, and a preference for depth over breadth in relationships and activities. And this is more serious than it seems, because it shapes your entire identity, often without your conscious awareness, guiding your choices and preferences long before you ever articulate them. To illustrate this, let's consider two distinct psychological profiles that often navigate the same world in fundamentally different ways. On one side, we have the external aligner. This individual thrives on external feedback, social validation, and measurable achievements. Their sense of self is often reinforced by their roles, their possessions, and how they are perceived by others. Their internal compass is heavily influenced by societal norms and immediate rewards. They are excellent at navigating the social landscape, building networks, and achieving visible success. Their motivation often stems from external recognition and tangible outcomes. They might not spend much time questioning the deeper implications of their actions, instead focusing on efficiency and impact. Then, there's the internal architect. This profile, to which many of you likely belong, operates from a different core. Your sense of self is built from within, through a continuous process of introspection, values clarification, and meaning-making. You're driven not by external praise, but by internal congruence, intellectual curiosity, and a deep-seated need for authenticity. You seek understanding, not just information. You value genuine connection over superficial popularity. Both profiles are entirely valid, functional, and necessary for a diverse society. The external aligner provides momentum and visible progress. The internal architect provides depth, foresight, and a moral compass. But while the external aligner might find their flow in constant activity, the internal architect often finds theirs in quiet contemplation, in the solitude required to build intricate internal worlds. The world often celebrates the former, but it is the latter who often holds the keys to profound insights and enduring wisdom. This difference in internal architecture profoundly impacts how we allocate empathy and construct our identity. For many external aligners, empathy can often be a transactional resource, deployed strategically to maintain social harmony, build alliances, or achieve specific outcomes. It's often directed outwardly, focused on observable suffering or immediate needs. For people like you, the internal architects, empathy is often a deep, all-encompassing force, a profound resonance with the inner worlds of others, even those you don't know personally. You don't just feel for someone, you feel with them, understanding the unseen emotional currents beneath their words and actions. This deep empathic capacity can be both a gift and a challenge. It allows for profound connection and understanding, but it can also lead to emotional overwhelm as you absorb the nuances of others' experiences. Your identity, therefore, is rarely built on external validation. You're not chasing applause, you're seeking internal authenticity. Your self-esteem isn't a fragile construct dependent on what others think. It's built on a bedrock of self-awareness, personal values, and the integrity of your internal world. While most people might look for external mirrors to validate who they are, people like you instinctively turn inward, crafting a robust sense of self that is resilient to the shifting winds of external opinion. This deep validation comes from within, from the quiet certainty of knowing your own truth, rather than from the fleeting praise of others. You are not broken for valuing this internal compass. You are deeply wired for it. These deeply ingrained psychological preferences often have invisible origins, shaped by our earliest experiences and the subtle ways we learn to adapt to the world. Perhaps you experienced early rejection or felt misunderstood, leading you to retreat inward and develop a richer internal life as a refuge. Maybe you were excluded from groups, fostering a hyper-awareness of social dynamics and a keen ability to observe from the sidelines. Or perhaps you were simply born with a heightened sensitivity, making the external world feel too chaotic or overwhelming, prompting your mind to seek order and meaning in its own internal landscape. These are not pathologies, they are sophisticated adaptations. Your brain, in its incredible wisdom, developed these strategies to protect you, to help you make sense of a confusing world, and to find a space where you could truly thrive. What might have started as a defensive mechanism, an intricate internal world to escape an often uncomprehending external one, evolved into a powerful tool for insight, creativity, and resilience. You learn to rely on your own judgment, your own perceptions, because external sources often failed to provide the depth or authenticity you craved. This history, often silent and unseen, is part of the unique narrative woven into the fabric of who you are, making your introspective nature not a random trait, but a deeply logical, adaptive response to your life's journey. This brings us to a fundamental divergence in how different individuals seek and find meaning and purpose in life. For many, meaning is derived from external narratives, a successful career, raising a family, accumulating achievements, or making a visible impact on the world. Their life story is often told through a series of external events and accomplishments, a narrative that unfolds primarily in the public sphere. They are the avid participants, shaping their world through direct action and engagement, often measuring their worth by what they do and what they own. But for people like you, the search for meaning often takes a different, more internal path. Your meaning is often found not in the accumulation of external markers, but in the depths of understanding, the creation of internal coherence, and the profound connection to ideas, values, and an authentic sense of self. You are often more of a spectator, in the sense that you observe, analyze, and absorb the world's complexities, not to passively exist, but to construct a richer, more nuanced internal reality. You find meaning in the quiet moments of insight, in the intricate web of connections you perceive, and in the clarity of your own internal compass. Neither approach is inherently superior. They are simply different ways of engaging with the existential question of why. The participant builds the visible structures of society. The spectator understands the invisible forces that animate them. Both are essential, but your path, the path of the internal architect, often leads to a deeper, more personal, and perhaps more enduring sense of purpose. This internal orientation also manifests profoundly in how you achieve states of flow, that immersive mental state where you are fully absorbed in an activity. For many, flow is achieved through high-energy, externally focused activities, sports, intense social interaction, or demanding work projects with clear, immediate feedback. It's about being fully present in the external moment, reacting and performing. But for people like you, flow is often found in the quiet intensity of deep focus on an internal task. Reading a complex book, writing, coding, artistic creation, solving an intricate problem, or simply engaging in profound contemplation. It's about being fully present within your own mind, navigating its landscapes and engaging with its challenges. When you are in this state, the external world fades, time warps, and you become one with your internal process. Your axis of experience is largely internal, not external. While most people might seek stimuli to pull them into flow, you often seek to reduce external stimuli to allow your mind to dive into its own rich depths. You are less susceptible to the constant demands of external validation or the fleeting distractions of the moment because your deepest sense of presence and purpose is cultivated within. You live more in your own axis, your own internal truth, than in the shifting, often superficial demands of the external world. This isn't isolation, it's a profound form of self-possession. So let's bring this all back to you. You are not broken, you are not strange, and you are certainly not missing out on anything by being wired the way you are. In a world that often prioritizes speed, superficiality, and external validation, your unique psychological makeup is not a disadvantage. It is a silent, powerful advantage. Your capacity for deep processing, your natural inclination towards introspection, your heightened empathy, and your ability to find meaning within yourself are incredibly valuable assets. You possess a rare ability to see beyond the obvious, to understand the subtle complexities that elude the casual observer, and to forge a robust, authentic identity that is resilient to external pressures. You are the quiet observer who connects the dots, the internal architect who builds worlds of meaning, and the deep feeler who understands the profound currents of human experience. Embrace this profound wiring. There is immense strength in your quiet power, immense wisdom in your introspection, and immense beauty in the unique way you navigate this world. You are a deeply attuned instrument, designed for depth in a world often content with surface. Your journey inward is not an escape, but a profound homecoming. If these insights resonate with the quiet hum of your own inner world, consider subscribing to this channel. Together, we'll continue to explore the hidden depths of human psychology, offering a beacon of understanding for those who feel, think, and see the world just a little bit differently. Don't forget to like this video if it resonated deeply with your own internal narrative, and share it with others who might be navigating their own intricate inner landscapes. Your support helps us amplify these crucial conversations, building a sanctuary of understanding for minds like ours. Join our growing community of thoughtful explorers. Together, we illuminate the path toward self-acceptance and profound insight. Until next time, keep listening to the quiet wisdom within you, for it is your truest guide. Stay curious, stay authentic, and continue to thrive in your beautiful, complex way. Your unique tapestry of thought and feeling is precisely what the world needs. It is through your lens of depth and nuance that new perspectives emerge, challenging the status quo and illuminating pathways to a more thoughtful, compassionate future. So, continue to dive deep, to question, to connect, and to build that intricate internal world. It is not just for you, but for all of us. Embrace your journey. This journey, though often solitary, is never truly isolated in its impact. Each insight you cultivate, each value you clarify, each connection you make within yourself sends ripples outward, enriching the collective consciousness. Your quiet strength is a powerful force for change, not through grand gestures, but through the subtle, persistent influence of authentic being. So continue to trust that inner knowing, that profound wellspring of wisdom that guides you. It is your gift, and it is a gift to the world.